Hello. 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 Hello, everybody. Welcome back to 10 Minute Reviews. I'm Jason. The crazy fuzzy one there is Freya. We're bringing you today's video. As always, guys, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. It's a small family channel. We would appreciate any support you might want to give us. And don't forget to check down below in the comments for various links to the books we talked about today, our Discord channel, our Patreon page. Thank you to our patrons. All kinds of stuff. So check down below, and otherwise I'll get into today's video. So today I want to talk about the 5 most popular books of last month that we talked about last month. Basically the 5 most watched of our reviews last month. Which books got the most reviews? So coming in at number 1, it's actually near the beginning of last month. It was Villain for Hire by Jay Ori, which makes a lot of sense to me. That was a pretty darn cool book. It was actually a lot of fun. It was a ton of fun. You guys know I like the superhero fiction. Well, I like a little bit of everything, but the superhero fiction is a whole lot of fun. And this one, it's awesome because I mean we've got this supervillain that is released from jail with a very interesting and pretty cool power. And he's, I guess you could say, almost on probation or parole in a way, and has to mentor prospective heroes, basically trying to steer them onto the proper path. Of course, he's still a villain. However, this character comes across more as maybe like an anti-villain in a way. He's a villain. He's unashamedly a villain, but a villain with a very specific code. He's got certain ways of looking at things. In fact, his major villainy was actually for the good of mankind, not the other way around. So it was an awesome book, and I'm really glad to see that that it was so popular. Hopefully all of you guys out there enjoyed it. Coming in at number 2 was Mastering Magic by Kirk Mason. Kirk Mason's a pretty cool author. Many of you guys out there have read a whole bunch of his books. Really, really fun author. Typically writes in the fantasy genre. This one definitely was within the fantasy genre. And again, this was it was a lot of fun. It's a couple slight different little twists, a few of the common tropes, but I mean, there's only so much that can be done. It's very rare to come across something that is absolutely 100% unique. It's all based. It's mostly about the twists and turns that you could put on it and just how well you can write it. And Kirk Mason writes it really, really well. He writes his characters really well. They're a lot of fun. Oftentimes they're pretty darn funny, a little snarky maybe, but snarky is good. And again, just fun. His books are a whole lot of fun. And I'm hoping Mastering Magic becomes a series. And I'm glad a whole bunch of you guys out there really enjoyed it, or at least enjoyed it enough to watch the review of it. And hopefully you guys checked it out. Coming in at number 3, awesome book, The Moon of the Desert by Robert Hampson, which I really appreciate because we also managed to get one of our proxy email interviews with Dr. Hampson. He's an awesome author. He's an excellent author. Writes science fiction. Writes a ton of science fiction. Writes in a lot of different sci-fi authors' universes, such as the Freehold universe, Black Tide Rising universe, the Four Horsemen universe. Writes some really cool stuff in various universes, but also has his own books, has his own series, ongoing series that he's working on, and of course his individual books. And The Moon of the Desert was really cool because it was a near future science fiction that really covered a lot of technology that we can see as possible. We already see sort of the seeds of it now. We're already experimenting with a lot of it, and hopefully in the future we can see a lot of what is in his book. And not only does he talk about the science and the capabilities that we could have, and the weaknesses that this sort of science, because this book is generally based around space exploration and bionics. But what's really cool about it is he's also showing how almost that the forgotten, the class of people within our society that in a way kind of fall through the cracks and kind of are forgotten could eventually be almost the next wave. They could in a way be superior in certain aspects, in certain jobs, and in certain functions, such as space exploration. So, we have a character that is crippled and massively crippled, massively crippled. So needs a lot of reconstruction and a lot of prosthetic and bionic help, and gets a lot of experimental stuff. But the way it's written, it's all very, very real world. Like, you can definitely see how this is an extension of the technology and the capabilities that we have today, including a lot of the problems such as power, heat, leverage, things along those lines, and what it could lead to, what could eventually happen from it, and how we could benefit. So really, really cool book. I'm glad that you guys like the video, and I hope you guys, those of you guys that haven't read them yet, I hope you guys take a look, read the book. It's a fantastic, fantastic book. Coming in at number 4, Apocalypse Assassin by J.J. Thorne. That was a really cool book. That was a really, really, really cool book. Another one that I'm really glad to see a lot of you liked enough to watch the video, or enough of you were intrigued by it to want to watch the video. It's got a lot of commonalities to many things that we've read, very, very similar to System Apocalypse, very much a System Apocalypse type of book, and of course a lit RPG type of book. Does have a younger protagonist this time around, maybe 16 or so. So it doesn't have any of the wink nudge that some of the authors that we talk about on this channel have. But the motivations of the character, really cool, make a lot of sense, and definitely brings up a lot of questions about this particular system within this universe, I suppose, that he is writing. So pretty cool, pretty fascinating. There were a couple of downsides to it, some Deus Ex Machina type things happening, and the I think maybe going a little bit overboard with how immature or foolish a teenager might be, because it's pretty foolish in a couple of areas. But overall, it was an awesome book. It was a great concept, and I'm looking forward to the sequel. There's definitely going to be a sequel, probably multiple sequels, and I'm definitely looking forward to it. I would like to see what happens with this world. And number 5, coming in at number 5, Monster Massor 3, oddly enough, with Virgil Knightley. And this one, again, excellent book. It kind of surprised me, because at first I was kind of veering away from it. I love the first 2 books, and it's kind of veering away from it, especially as I was reading the third, because I was remembering one particular character that I honestly despised, absolutely hate as a character. It's a side character, but or maybe a co-main character, I suppose. But just absolutely drives me nuts. But once I managed to get past that, this book was absolutely fantastic. And what I really loved about it is how he ended the series. He ended it in an awesome, awesome way. So many authors write these never-ending series, these forever series, to continue trying to milk their idea and their concept. And in this case, Virgil wrote a series, a trilogy, with a very finite ending, and he does not leave it open for any sequels or anything like that. It is ended very, very, very well. And it's also nice to see books that end on a positive note, in a way, because a lot of them really tend to go towards the grimdark and stuff like that. So there you guys go. The 5 most popular, most watched videos that we had last month. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We will catch you next time. Bye now.